What is going on, all of my people of the planet? I am D Venom. Sit back, relax, grab your coffee and your breakfast, and allow me to raise your vibrations. I hope all of my people of the planet are doing well. I also hope all of my people of the planet are staying on that straight and narrow and doing everything possible not to do anything bad, which will jeopardize and or lower one's vibrations. As you all know, October 4th of this year, I had a setback in regard to my addiction, and I ended up relapsing. It's not how you get knocked off the bandwagon that matters. It's how you pick up the pieces to the puzzle in regard to your life and your situation, and how you jump back on that motherfucking bandwagon to make things right. And that's exactly what I chose to do. Make things right. Anyway, you guys, we have a lot to discuss, so let's jump right into that, starting now. All right, you guys, it is early morning here in Arizona, and from my understanding, we are under another heat advisory. I'm not sure what the fuck is going on with Mother Nature, but her coochie is hot. She wants her legs spread. She wants that heat and that moistness to come out, and it has been moist and hot. We may not even have a fall, it may just remain hot. And whatever cool days we do get, I guess we better enjoy them while we possibly can, because it's going to go quick. Anyway, you guys, I hope that you all have your morning coffee and your breakfast, and you guys are sitting back listening to me. I shot an episode not that long ago, and upon listening to it, I'm not sure what the fuck happened. I'm not sure if it was within my microphone that I was having technical difficulties or what, but the microphone messed up and the sound messed up, and it just, so I'm now re-recording this episode, and hopefully it will go through without any complications. Anyway, as I said, I hope all of my people within the universe are staying on that straight and narrow and not doing anything bad that will jeopardize and or lower one's vibrations. October 4th of this year, I unfortunately delved into the matrix, and I did methamphetamine, and I ended up relapsing. And I didn't let that stop me. I picked up those pieces to my life and the puzzles to my life, and I kept it moving, and because I chose to do this, I am now 5 days sober or clean, and I absolutely am ecstatic about that. So my people of addiction, if you have merged off that bandwagon, just know that you can always jump back on it and move forward accordingly, and get your life in order, and take that walk with sobriety all over again. Anyway, I love when I have meaningful conversations with people, and I had one yesterday with the young lady at the laundromat. Remember, I went to the laundromat yesterday to do clothes. Now, whether those clothes got put on hangers and put away, that's a whole different scenario, because they didn't. I'm in the process of doing that, and I will, finish hanging up clothes and putting things away after I get done with this episode. But anyway, I was getting some change to wash my laundry yesterday, and I was looking outside, and I noticed a familiar face sitting, pretty much waiting for a ride, because they had already got done with their laundry. And I went outside to retrieve a couple of things, and I started my load of clothes, and I went to the front of the laundromat where I seen this familiar face, and I started talking to them, and lo and behold, it was the young lady that I usually chop it up with at the laundromat when I go there. They work days, but it was at night and they were doing their own laundry with their daughter. Anyway, this particular person a while back foreshadowed the fact that they lost their son to, I believe, a fentanyl or an heroin overdose. This is what made our bond a little bit stronger and a little bit closer because, I'm going through my own thing with addiction. And so the fact that they were, pretty much, the fact that they lost their son, to the devil, pretty much, it affected me. And I wanted to make sure anytime that I see this person that I am, saying hi or something to that particular nature. Anyway, we sat down I sat down because they were already sitting down, and we had a long conversation just about the laundromat, the workers, the atmosphere, and whatever else. I was really shocked that there was no drug activity going on behind the laundromat. It was a clean slate in regard to scallywags and all of that. There was nobody nodding off in the inside of the laundromat. I was really shocked by this. Anyway, I went on to tell this person how I believe the owner of the laundromat is ADHD or on drugs or something themselves, because one day I came in there, I had a machine that wasn't working. I called over a maintenance personnel who went to go get the owner of the laundromat, whom in return left a wad of money and the keys to the machines next to the washing machine that I was, utilizing. And I didn't want to be held responsible for that shit in the event that it came up missing. So I turned the money and the keys and stuff like that in to the maintenance personnel, who basically turned it into the owner of the shop. Anyway, upon telling this person the story, they were just like, oh my God, they're always leaving something, just laying around, a stash of money here, stash of money there. The doors are, the doors are unlocked to the motherfucking offices and, shit like that. Keys are all over the place. It just sounds like ADHD behavior, and then to think that everyone is equally yoked in that particular area. Just because you haven't been robbed yet doesn't mean doesn't mean this shit won't happen. And I'm not trying to pour salt on the owner of the laundromat and his laundromat, as a whole. But, you have to be careful, especially if you are leaving money the way that you were leaving money that particular day that I was there, just on machines and shit like that, and just forgetting because you're just all over the place. And no, and then the owner of the laundromat is naive, because from what the person was telling me, because we were talking about one of the young ladies that work at the laundromat that I caught nodding off one day. And I told you guys that this person was nodding off when they were supposed to have been helping people, they were supposed not helping people, but they were supposed to have been folding laundry and shit like that. They work at the motherfucking laundromat, folding damn clothes. But anyway, they were so busy nodding off they couldn't do shit. And then from my understanding, from what the person told me, the owner has a tracker on the keys to the machines and to the laundromat itself. So if you are gone for a long period of time or whatever, he can track them keys to find out where you are. So I guess the young woman who enjoys nodding off in the laundromat that works there, I guess they had left with the keys and didn't return for a while. So the owner of the shop went to go look for them, and they tracked them in the bushes smoking fentanyl and nodding off and shit. My thing is, why would you still have people like that working for you? You can't be that naive. You caught the person in the bushes smoking fentanyl. That should tell you something right there. And then the person whom I was speaking with told me that the owner asked them, well, are you smoking that stuff? And the person got offended and was just like, do you see me nodding off in this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? I think I would have got offended too, because it's just like, you don't see me nodding off in your place of establishment. You see these other motherfuckers in here nodding off, but you don't see me doing that shit. But anyway, there is an apartment complex across the street from the laundromat that was just built, and it's a nice looking apartment complex. They have the buildings themselves are like green, yellow, and some other earth tone neutral type of colors, but it's already ratchet. From my understanding, there's already been 2 stabbings in this particular building, and the minute people moved in is the minute shit got destroyed in regard to amenities, and that is fucked up. This lets you know right now, people in this particular area just aren't used to having nice things, because if you were used to having nice things, you would treasure it and you would treat it as if as if those things matter. And in this situation, none of that shit mattered, not to these people. And I guess this was explained to the person that I was having a conversation with, because a lot of people that live in this newfound building come over to the laundromat to do their laundry, and they share stories with the people at the laundromat. So this is how this person whom I was having a conversation with knew about, the shenanigans that would be happening at this particular building, drug activity, just all type of shit. And it don't make no sense. They're trying to liven up the area by building and expanding, and then you got these dumbass people that don't know how to respect and appreciate shit, and they fuck it up for some of everybody. But anyway, I didn't see the young lady that was nodding off. I'm not sure if they still work there or not. There is a young woman there that I know for sure is on drugs, because their business was told by another person that works there. So it's a lot of, these motherfuckers be working all night pretty much folding up, sheets and linen and whatever else the case may be. So I guess they need something to keep their asses up. Anyway, I have 2 stories that I want to share with you guys, and one of them involves a police officer. I believe they were undercover, and this happened to me while I was in Las Vegas. I want to ask the question, have any of you guys ever done a sexual act to a police officer or an undercover cop in order to get out of a situation? Again, have any of you guys or gals done a sexual favor to an undercover cop or a police officer in general in order to get out of a situation? Well, I guess I'm the only one then. Anyway, I remember I was living on West Charleston and Torrey Pines in Torrey Pines Apartments in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I was, living as a transsexual prostitute, and I would always wear those big ass Jody Watley hoop earrings. I have pictures of myself with these big, I could fight a bitch and do some motherfucking damage with them earrings. Do you hear me? My earrings would be big as fuck. They would cover up a great majority of my face and my neck, because these motherfucking hoops would be that damn big. Anyway, I remember I went out on a stroll to, see what was up and sell some ass and some mouth. And some dick. That's what I was selling. Ass, mouth, dick, whatever. Hey. Anyway, I remember a car pulled up and picked me up. I'm in the back, they in the front. And it looked like a regular car until I got inside and I seen all the equipment, the CB, and they showed me the handcuffs and everything else. Now, they did not look like a police officer. They could have been an undercover, or they could have been playing a joke on me. But I don't think that they were playing a joke. I think they were honestly a true, legit undercover officer that was just horny, and instead of getting that quota, they got that dick sucked. Anyway, I remember they was getting ready to pose the arrest and all of that, and they brought up the handcuffs, and they were just like, because I solicited them, and that's something that you shouldn't do. You allow them to solicit you first and then go from there. But I didn't. I solicited that ass first, and that's what got me caught up. So anyway, me and my big Jody Watley hoops, no disrespect to Jody Watley, I just love the big hoop earrings. I pretty much got myself caught up, and anyway, the person was getting ready to take me down to jail, allegedly, and I remember I said something to this effect: I'm just a transsexual prostitute sucking dick trying to make ends meet. That's all I'm out here doing. And I was trying to get myself out of the situation. And they went on to further talk about, how I'm in trouble, blah, blah, blah. And then they said, what did you say? Excuse me. They said, what did you say? What did you say? And I repeated what I said. I am just a transsexual prostitute out here sucking dick trying to make ends meet. I was sucking dick to make ends meet. And not that my needs weren't met, because I kept my bills paid and stuff like that. Prostitution was just one of those living on the edge things that I wanted to do. And I did it. Anyway, I remember the person was intrigued in regard to me being a transsexual prostitute sucking dick to make ends meet and whatever else the case may be. So that gave them that opened up Pandora's box. And from there, they were just like, well, if I do this sexual favor on them, they will let me go and forget about this whole thing happened. And of course I obliged. I didn't feel like going to the motherfucking Las Vegas Metropolitan Police station and dealing with all that motherfucking bullshit. Oh yes, honey, pull them pants down. And so I forgot where we went to. We went somewhere secluded, somewhere obviously this motherfucker done took a couple other motherfuckers, and I got in the front seat, and they leaned back and unzipped them pants, and honey, that dick came out. It was a nice looking Caucasian man, and I started slobbing me knob. Y'all probably like, this is the suckingest dick bitch I done seen in my motherfucking life. But anyway, I started slobbing me knob, and I think they came in my mouth. I don't know, child. They squirted all them children. They squirted them children somewhere, probably in a napkin. I don't know. I just know that the session was over with, and I was let go. I'm not sure if I got the police officer's phone number or what, but I fucked around with another officer, Officer Jimmy. I don't know his last name, but his name was Officer Jimmy. He was in love with my motherfucking ass. Officer Jimmy, oh my God. He was a freak for the transsexual, which was me. And he, yeah, but anyway, Officer Jimmy, I don't know what happened to him, but I just remember that he was in love with, I think my name was Talia at that particular time. But, y'all know damn good and well y'all done some sexual favors to get out of some motherfucking situations, especially you motherfucking women. Y'all done gave up that twat, y'all gave up that mouth, and y'all gave up that motherfucking ass, and them toes, and them fingers, and them motherfucking fingernails. Y'all was rubbing balls and sticking y'all fingers up assholes. Quit playing the motherfucking game. Y'all got out of a situation by doing a sexual act to the officer or officers. Anyway, I want to share another story in regard to my girl. Her name is Monica Walker. Now, if she was alive to this day, I bet you any motherfucking thing Monica would be here in Phoenix with me, chilling and smoking weed and, just living life. but unfortunately her life was cut short, and a lot of people speculate that the boyfriend has something to do with it. I'm not quite sure. I just know that I don't have a good friend in my life anymore because of whatever circumstances. I just remember this night, myself and this other drag queen, I think her name was Ontaria at that particular time, we went over to Monica's house, and she was living with her boyfriend at the time, the boyfriend that didn't like us and we didn't like him. Anyway, we was invited inside, and I think Monica had a headache, and she was either doing her hair or she was doing someone else's hair, but the atmosphere just seemed shady, and I remember her telling us to come back, and myself and the transsexual or drag queen or whatever you know she wants to call herself, we ended up leaving because we thought that the atmosphere was shady. I don't think we returned that night. Anyway, I remember sitting in the living room conversing with my grandmother, watching TV, because this is something that we would usually do. And there was a huge van that turned into my driveway, and I thought it was Monica because, you know, she would usually drive her father's vehicles. And you know, because she was living with her father at the time. She was in between staying with her mom and her father because they were separated and, you know, both owned their own houses, you know, whatever the case may be. Anyway, the van pulled into the driveway, the doorbell rang, and I went to the door, and it was her father. And I'm like, you know, hello, whatever else the case may be. And he called her Monica. He said, Monica's dead. And I'm like, what? And he was like, Monica's dead. And I'm just like, that can't be, because I just seen her. I was just with her. You know, we hung out, whatever else the case may be. And she was supposed to have done my hair, but that didn't happen. Anyway, they said that she mixed medication and some liquor, you know, and that didn't agree with her, and that is pretty much what took her out. Hold on one second, let me tell my mom I'll call her back. Okay. And that's pretty much what took her out. They said she was foaming around. She had foam around her mouth, and she had her fingers. She had foam around her mouth. Her fingers were clutched, and she had tissue in one hand, and the other was clutched like she was in a fighting position. Anyway, they speculated that the boyfriend, you know, attacked her. We couldn't really pinpoint what happened. We just know that she wasn't alive anymore. I met Monica through the transsexual that I told you guys about. I never mentioned her name, but she was a transsexual prostitute in Rockford, Illinois, and she would always say, "Mother, come over here to Mother and get your dick sucked. Come over here to Mother and fuck Mother's pussy. Come over here and put your titty between Mother's cleavage." You know, it was always Mother this, Mother that. Come on over here and date Mother. Meet Mother around the corner. And anyway, this particular transsexual was working at Taco Bell on 11th Street, and Monica was working alongside with her. And I went into that Taco Bell myself and probably my Asian friend. We went in there to get something to eat. And anyway, Monica and the transsexual, they were working, and I remember just myself and Monica just instantly hit it off, and our energies meshed in a very, very good way, and shit, we became good friends, and we just kicked the drag queen out of transsexual. Well, she was more transsexual than anything because she had titties or whatever, but we ended up kicking her out of the situation, and myself and Monica became the best of friends. And anyway, I remember one occasion when Monica's mom called me to come handle some business because Monica and her, you know, boyfriend, the one that we kind of speculate that pretty much took her out, they were having an altercation, and my brother, he was detailing cars at this time, and he had this one blade that was, it's hard to describe, but this motherfucker it was tight, and it was for detailing cars, but I used it for slicing bitches because I was a blade carrying whore back in them days. But anyway, I remember going over to their then apartment, and I took that blade with me. Nothing went down, but he didn't like me. He definitely did not like me, and he didn't like any of the girls for that matter. But we just really wonder if he took her out. And shortly after Monica passed away, unfortunately, due to a broken heart, her mom, Sandra, passed away. And I was just in awe. I'm just like, not Monica. Now the mother is just like, I just seen the mother. The mother lived around the corner from my grandmother. And, I could always walk around there and, and talk to her and keep her company and, just have a conversation. And just the fact that Monica is no longer here, and now her mom passed away due to a broken heart. It's fucked up. Monica had a brother, I think two, but one of the brothers, his name is Terry. I remember him. He's somewhere, I believe, in Illinois, if I'm not mistaken, Terry. But I haven't seen him in some years, unfortunately. But that's pretty much the story of Monica. I have her picture. I just haven't hung it up. And I do believe I have her mother's obituary, and I have her obituary as well. Yeah, I miss her. And I know, Monica, I know that you are in heaven, pretty much watching over me alongside with my grandmother and all of the other angels and ancestors and deities and star beings and things of that nature. I just want to say that I really hate what happened to you happened. And if you were alive, I know that you would be somewhere alongside with me because, we had a really good friendship. And, when it's all said and done, hopefully I will reunite with you and we will, be even better friends than what we were while you were here on earth. Anyway, Dopey, I was checking out one of your episodes, and the title was or is "We Stick Shit Up Our Ass and Something Else." And I started listening to that, and I thought that I had some upfront and bold and titles and shit. Dopey, you are a mess. I love it. I love podcasts that are upfront and honest about shit and don't sugarcoat anything. I love that. It's making me want to share that episode with you guys that I fucked up on when I went live, and I thought that I got rid of it, but I didn't. I still have it, and I'm thinking about uploading it for you guys so y'all can hear myself and the other people engaging in methamphetamine, because that's what happened on that particular night. We were getting high, and one of the scallywags left, and I ended up having a sexual encounter with the one that was left behind. And y'all heard all that. I mean, you didn't, you just put it, you heard it. It turned into a whole porno. But anyway, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking about uploading that for you guys, so y'all can see exactly what happened on that particular night of October the 5th, and go from there. But it's people like you, Dopey, and Porcupine, and a lot of others that I love the honesty in regard to your podcast. So today I plan on cleaning and taking care of a couple of other things. But my main thing is sticking around the apartment and cleaning and listening to some podcasts and going from there. I promised that I was going to listen to Porcupine and Shorty V, I think that's her name, and a couple of others, because you guys followed me, and I followed back in return, but that's not the whole point. The point is I promised that I was going to check out your podcast because you guys take the time out to check out mine, and but anyway, I guess I wanted to tell those stories because they're traumatizing. I'm still traumatized that I don't have my friend here till this day. And I'm still traumatized at the fact that, I, along with a lot of other people that were close to this person, we just didn't know what really happened to my friend, Monica. We don't know if she died from a concoction of pills and alcohol. We don't know if he has something to do with it. We don't know. I know that she had twins, if I'm not mistaken, by this particular person. I would just call him Mr. M, but I believe he has the children, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I just don't like him, and I just wish that she wouldn't have never hooked up with them to begin with. Anyway, brighter days, you guys, brighter days. All right, I guess I will end this and get some clothes hung up because that's what I need to do, and start my day and get some other things started aside from hanging up laundry that I could have done last night, but I was just extremely tired after coming home from the laundromat. Going to places like that, even though it can be fun and entertaining, especially the laundromat I go to, is always motherfucking entertaining. Regardless if people are sober or not, you're going to run across something that's going to entertain your ass. And another thing, I'm such a empath. People will literally tell me their whole life stories. I'm in the laundromat and this lady was just talking to me about, taking stuff out of storage and going through like years and years and years of, documents and stuff like that. And, I'm just listening to her and I'm just, I like when people do stuff like that when they open up to me being a total stranger, but it's just something about me that I don't know. I remember that we made eye contact with each other and we smiled. So I guess that was enough for them to be like, okay, this person is comforting and I can open up to them and tell them a little bit about my life and what I've been going through. And I like stuff like that. I truly do. All right, you guys. Y'all be good, and much love to each and every last one of you. Cherish your loved ones because we never know when our time is going to come. And with that being said, I am D Venom. All right, you guys. I'm out, and until my next episode, lots of LLS, which is love, light, and support. And namaste. 33:33, the time of the recording, you guys. That right there is the Ascended Masters all day long. All right, you guys. Namaste.